And now for something completely different. Hello and welcome to another video from Keto A Go Go. This is, as I said, completely different in that now there are two of us doing a 3-day fast, myself and Debbie. The following is a compilation of a Zoom call that we had just before we both started today's fast. Today going into Thursday lunchtime, so midday today until midday on Thursday. Neither of us are going to eat a bean. Stick around and I'll spill the beans. So this is Debbie, and Debbie is about to join in with the 3-day fast. She just had her last meal. What did you have for your last meal?
Cooked breakfast, full English.
You know, I was going to do that this morning. I was actually going to go to a cafe, so I didn't even have to do the dishes. I was going to go to a cafe, but I ended up having some sausage rolls from Greggs. There's no wonder I'm fat, is it? I tried to buy 3, but they went, well, you get 4 for the same price anyway. So oh, then I'll have 4 then.
Okay.
So I had 4 sausage rolls. So I don't know, it's about 600 calories or something. This is now going to be my 3rd fast, and it's going to be your first 3-day fast at least. So, question time. We've got to grill you now. What are you hoping to get from this fast?
Kind of hoping to reset my body. Where I've had surgery recently and I've had lots of medications, I kind of want to just clear my body, and I also want to lose some weight. So I want to get into keto, and really I have been doing it but not fully, so I'm hoping that with this my body will go into ketosis.
This will fling you straight into ketosis immediately. Yeah. Well, within 18 hours I think it is.
That's it. So I'm hoping that once I've gone into that, and when I come off of it, it's going to be easier because I'm already in the ketosis to carry on with the keto diet. That's the plan.
Yeah.
I've done keto.
Did you download that app that I sent to you?
Sorry?
Did you download that Zero fasting app?
I did, and I filled it in last night.
Because that one there, this is the screen that opens up to you. Oops, hold on. You can get to that screen there, which is like a dial, like an old telephone dial. We'll know what that means. Not many other people will.
Yeah.
Can you see that at all? And
I
then
can see.
Each once you start fasting, each of the phases throws up an info screen.
Oh,
and
right.
as you pass through into a new one, it will explain to you what's happening all the way through your fast. Well, actually, 28 hours it says you go into deep ketosis, which is, as you know, pretty much purely fat burning because there's nothing else left for your body to feed on. So by the time you wake up, where are we now? So 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, you would be in deep ketosis, and all you'd be doing is burning fat for your energy. So that's the time to go running around the block. Oh no, you're not going to be able to do that really either, are you? At the moment?
Doing that, but I have got the gym tomorrow. I've got physio, and I've got physio in the gym tomorrow. So yeah,
Rodney and Brittany.
Exactly.
And you've never ever fasted at all before? Never done a full day or 2 days? Or
I have done a day fast before. I've done like 1 day, but I've never gone more than 1 day. So this is the first time.
Are you an ex-smoker at all?
No, never smoked.
Never smoked. Well,
no.
The worst thing about giving up smoking is the first day, and I think the worst thing about fasting is the first day. So when you do a 1-day fast, you're like, oh my god, how could people possibly do this for 2 or 3 or 4 days, or 40 days as some people do, which I don't know. Not for me. But I think the first day is your worst day because it's the day where your body is not adapted to it yet. Once you've got through your first day, your body starts producing hormones and it reduces the ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hormone that says you're hungry, and leptin is the hormone that says I'm okay, thanks. Well, leptin production increases, and because your insulin has dropped, I know, sorry to get all scientific, because insulin has dropped, ghrelin drops. Okay, insulin provokes ghrelin, which makes you overeat.
Yeah.
So if insulin drops, ghrelin drops, and you don't feel hungry. And the
No.
thing is you just get yourself a cuppa and knock it down here and just keep drinking, because one of the things is that all your cells are breaking down through autophagy. So all the rubbish cells, all the broken down cells and mutant cells and things that aren't working right, they'll be cannibalized by your body.
Yeah.
But and also your fat cells will be broken into, because there is a need for energy. Now, when you were eating or overeating, or actually if you were eating just too many carbs, those
Yeah.
fat cells got stuffed with whatever. It wasn't just triglycerides that went into it. It was all the toxins. It was everything else, because your liver was really, really busy dealing with all the sugar you were taking in. Everything got stuck. It was like under the bed. You know,
Yeah.
when you were told as a kid to tidy your room and everything went under the bed or in the bottom of the wardrobe, it's like that. And all those cells will be broken out. Now, the more you're going to drink, the more that you're going to be able to flush all those toxins out. So when you're talking about doing a reset and a detox and all that sort of thing, you need to be drinking plenty to just flush it all out. It's got to be got rid of. Otherwise, there's a reason why it went in there.
I do drink a lot of water normally. I've got I don't know if you can
Yeah, I
see.
saw those things you got from Amazon.
Can you see those one there? Can you
Oh
see
yeah,
water? Yeah. That'll be on tap.
All right, well, that's perfect, isn't it? Really, because I mean, it's certainly pure, isn't it? Lovely.
Yeah. Here and it's cold.
And yeah, I was going to say, so they have a little fridge thing in the bottom of the dispenser, don't they?
Well, that's it. I got one for work and decided I liked it so much. I got one for the house.
You haven't got a photocopier in your sitting room as well, then?
In the office.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Now you've never struck me as being overweight, but you clearly think you are.
Yes.
What causes it? Do you know what your big weakness is?
Oh, yeah.
Mine is, just for an instance, mine is the evenings in front of the TV and stop too late, which means I can continue eating.
Well, normally at the moment, life isn't normal because I'm not working at the moment because I'm recovering. Yeah. But normally what happens is I work all day and I don't stop to something to eat. And then by the time I finish work, I'm starving. So I basically inhale the fridge.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes be at 10 o'clock at night. And it's the wrong time to eat. And then I'm just eating anything that I can.
And you just eat the wrong things.
Exactly. And then on top of that, I like my wine as well. So that's sort of,
But wine's vegan, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's made from grapes and veggies, aren't they? Well, fruits.
There you go. Yeah. Never thought of it like that.
I think you have to drink the stronger wine because most of the sugar has turned to alcohol and it's no longer so carb heavy. So it's probably like that anyway. You get away with it.
Gin and tonic's keto friendly.
But just cut it down to 3 bottles a night. Yeah.
Okay, that might help.
Just have a go. Try to do that like 5 and 2 sort of thing. Where you do 5 days where you're on the full half case and yeah.
But I after having my my knees done, that I owe it to my body to lose weight. I've kind of put the strain on my knees. I've now got new ones, kind of new lease of life. So I owe it to myself to get myself fit and lose some weight. So that's the plan. And also I just, it's like when you put on weight, people take pictures of you. Everything's more inflated than it ever was.
There's something about cameras that makes you look twice as fat as you really are. I think, I think it's the single lens or something like that. You need 2 lenses so you can actually see proper shape of you. I think it's like, this is my excuse anyway. Turn the camera around or something. God knows.
I am.
just print out the pictures but squeeze them a little bit so they I've tried it doesn't work but it is working. I am gradually losing weight. I think the photo from before or the video that I put up on the last video up there did show quite a lot of difference, and I was quite surprised when I saw that actually.
Oh God, you've done well, really well.
I still got 40 kilos to lose.
But you're on the right path and your mindset is there, so you'll do it 100%.
I'm nearly 20 down, so if I can get to past 20, the flags will go back out in the back garden again. So 20 kilos is a lot to lose, and then move on from there. I've got to be able to get on that plane with the with the seatbelt on. Now you're going on keto afterwards. Are you okay with figuring out how much of your calories should come from fats and how many of your calories should come from proteins and all that sort of thing with keto? Because I found that was really.
I find the one that helps me is I use Fitness Pal, the little app.
Yeah.
So basically, I sort of whatever I'm going to eat, I put in the app, and if I think, oh no, it's too high in the carbs, I won't have it. I'll give myself normally between 30 and 50 grams, I think it is, of carbs.
Right.
And stick to that. So, but if you put it in, use the Fitness Pal, and you put it in, it works it all out. And if you look on the nutrients and your macros, it works it all out for you. So it keeps you making sure that, because obviously when you're doing keto, you're not looking at the fat. Normally when you do other diets, you have to kind of keep the fat down.
Yeah.
But when they do fat down, normally your sugars are higher. So, but when you do this one, it works out all what your proteins, your carbs, and like your your fats are. So it's easier to track, and I find I can do that quite well.
All
and
right.
I've also got I've got a lot of keto recipes. I follow a lot of channels for keto recipes, because otherwise if you don't kind of prepare for keto, it can get very boring very quick and you come off of it.
Yeah.
So that's is like preparing. I mean, it's like I already know what I'm having for dinner on Thursday evening. I've already prepped it.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's where I went wrong, is that I was basically going to the fridge door and going, okay, what am I going to eat? What's keto in here, sort of thing, and not preparing for it. And I think that's, and to be honest, I can be working flat out, or I can be doing nothing, or I can be deciding to go out to work or deciding not to go to work today. So
yeah.
And the decision is based on mood, really. It's like yesterday I went out and I worked for 12 hours, and today I'm like, do you know what? Maybe I won't today. So I must drive people crazy in our office because they're counting on me, sort of thing, but I'm never there. So it didn't really work for me because my life is not regimented or scheduled at all, really. And I think that's where I fell down with it, and I didn't lose any weight. The Exanti stuff that I was on, yeah, I lost weight, a lot of weight on that. But if you want to move on and move away from just losing glycogen from your liver because you're on a very low calorie diet, that's a bit high on the carbs. I mean, a lot of it is like 30, 35%, 40% carbs in there. It's too much, because those carbs will provoke insulin. The insulin will provoke fat storage, and you're not losing weight. You're just losing mass. You can't be losing fat, because the simple fact of eating that food is going to increase, as far as I'm like I say, I'm a taxi driver. I'm not a qualified dietitian or anything like that. But from what I've read, if you take too many carbs, like if you have a can of Coke or something like that, your body will immediately put all that sugar into fat storage, because it can't put it anywhere else, because your body's already full of, or your liver is already full of sugars from your food, and that can of Coke is pure sugar as far as your body's concerned. Those 9 teaspoons that are in there have immediately got to go somewhere. They can't go in your liver. They can't go in your bloodstream. It kill you. So it's got to go into fat storage. So that's a high carb item. So if you're eating only high carb items, all of those high carbs will go straight into fat storage. So what I'm saying is Exanti, after a while, is not going to help you in burning fat or getting rid of fat. It's just going to reduce your mass, simply because you're on 800 calories a day.
I've done Exanti before. I've done that as well, but I didn't enjoy the meals I found. And when you're making meals for the family, like I made for my sons and my husband,
and you're there chewing on a bar,
when they're all like making this lovely meal that I've just made for them, they're like, oh, this is nice.
They're going for seconds on the lasagna.
Great, nice. I mean, it's like, because I know the next 2 days, obviously next 3 days I won't be eating. I went out this morning and I bought my husband ready meals, like really nice ones. I thought, I don't want to prep meals because I can't do it. So I've got him lunches and his dinners, so he's all prepared while I'm not eating, but I don't have to prep. And that's where I found it difficult before as well, is the fact that trying to fast when you're cooking for everyone else, that doesn't work either.
Yeah.
So that's why
Well,
I thought,
actually,
right,
I found it did. I make Melody her dinner, and you know, when you cook, you don't want to eat. Like we had a barbecue on Friday, and I did
Yeah.
all the barbecue, and I didn't want to eat anything. Just wasn't interested because like the preparation was almost like eating it, if you know what I mean.
no, I
So
get what you mean.
I just sat down and I thought, I'm not hungry. So
Yeah.
I'll make Melody her dinner, which makes a change, that's for sure. And I'll do all that sort of thing. And I'll while away my time watching a YouTube channel called Beard Meets Food. And it's this guy, basically a young, skinny guy with a great big beard, but he's a bodybuilder as well. So, and he's taking in like 8, 10, 12,000 calories at a sitting, which totally unrecommended. And you're just basically watching him like grab handfuls of food and shove it in his cake hole. I have some strange YouTube watching habits.
I was going to say, okay.
I've got no food and I'm watching somebody else like cram pizza in his face. So, I suppose it's by extension I get to taste the pizza. I don't know what it is. Right, we're on it now. This is us.
We are.
So if you need anything in the meantime, of course, call me, message me or whatever. Yeah, keep drinking. Whatever you're going to do, make sure you've got plenty of liquids. And if they've got supplements in there, all well and good with the vitamins and minerals, because it will leach out of your body. Of course it will.
Yeah.
And this is not, this is not something like Game of Thrones or whatever. You're not going to get like killed if you don't succeed or something like that. So if you feel ill or if you feel, do you know what, this is not for me, stop.
No, do you know what I do? It's a personal thing. I really want to do this. Also, because my younger son was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it, Mum. You're not gonna do it." And if anyone says
like that, yeah,
I will do it. I will never be told I can't do something. So if anything, he's actually spurred me on because I'm gonna do it to prove him that I can do it.
How's your psychology degree going? I found that it was once you've gone into your second day, it was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, properly easy, to the extent where, as I was drawing closer and closer and closer. Now, there's something going on in your head when you know you're getting close to the finish line that makes you think, "Oh yes, I'm going to eat." But if you took that away, you would probably think to yourself, "Do you know what? I could carry this on."
Yeah, yeah.
I got this empty feeling, which felt so good compared to how you normally like waddling around, like super heavy. I got this empty feeling naturally because I was empty, and it felt good. And I felt, do you know what? I'm not sure I want to eat quite yet.
No,
because
I get
the
that.
finish line approached, I did, but I think I probably could have extended that to 4, 5, 6, 7 days without feeling too rough. You know? And maybe one day I'll just see how far I can go. Not as far as that Barbieri fella. Did you read that? Did you see that when I spoke about that? There was a fella called Angus Barbieri.
Yeah.
He weighed something like 210 kilos, which is somewhere in the region of 30 stone or something like that. He worked in a chip shop, and I don't think they made much profit.
No, not by the sound of it.
Funnily enough, when he started fasting, I think they made a bit more profit. So that's where it was going. That's where all the money was going. Anyway, he fasted for no less than 382 days.
Oh my God.
And he lost. And no, he walked into his local hospital and said, "This is what I'm going to do." And so they observed him. It wasn't as if he was upstairs in a flat somewhere fasting for 382 days. He was supervised and he was monitored all the way through. He fasted for 382 days and he lost 125 kilos over that period. And 5 years later, I think he put on 5 kilos or something like that.
Blimey.
And he completely reset his body. I think he died when he was 60, but I think that was probably because he got himself up to 30 stone in the first place. You can only reverse so much of the damage that you're doing, can't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
But I presume the last 35 years, he lived a happy life, you know?
We'll stick to 72 hours.
Yeah, 72 hours, not even 72 days, but 382 days is like 15 months or something like that, isn't it? Anyway, I've got to go because I'm going to have to go and do some work, I think, really.
Okay.
I've got to piece all this together and make a video out of it.
All right, love. And I will speak to you Thursday.
All right.
Before Probably before. I'll message you before.
Keep in touch.
I will. Take
All
care,
right.
Chris.
Take care.
Bye,
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.
I've got to figure out how to switch this off now.